It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The hashtag 67,000 litres for Mandela Day challenge is on. And this year, every South African with a kitchen and a heart for the hungry can participate. This is awesome. So we are going to be joined by Chefs with Compassion, who are calling on everyday South Africans across 5 different categories to put on their aprons, to clear out their pantries and get cooking in the biggest ever nationwide cooking challenge for hunger awareness in South African history. No mean feat.
Well, listen, no mean feat indeed. And to tell us more is Koo Pillay, the National Project Manager of Chefs with Compassion, and Greg Henderson, the owner of Kitchen Workshop and the Wild Food Revolution and Culinary Concepts. Koo, Greg, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
morning.
I'm so excited to hear more about this initiative.
Yeah, man, I'm blown away by this because the need, we know that food security at the moment is at an absolute peak. We are on a verge here and so many South Africans are falling over that line. So, Koo, I'm going to start with you. Last year, over 300 chefs took part in the challenge and served a whopping 309,820, to be exact, cups of soup, which was well beyond expectations. What was it like to exceed last year's goal, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic? What did that mean to you and the group of amazing people that you brought together for this initiative?
Oh, Graham, it was just an overwhelming experience because this is what we're all about. You know, Chefs with Compassion, we set out to, rescue, cook and feed people in need. And for us, it wasn't just about exceeding the target. For us, the most important outcome of Mandela Day last year was that we were able to reach, as you said, just under 310,000 people on Mandela Day. And that, for us, was the take-home for us to ensure that 300,000 people were, went to bed sustained and, to last them a few more days.
Yeah.
I love that initiative. And Greg, I know that you are joining the challenge this year, cooking soup entirely by foraging for ingredients. Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Absolutely. It's something that's actually very simple. And in South Africa, we're very blessed with an abundance of wild and indigenous foods. And it's something that people are forgetting within their diets. And it's a highly nutritional food system. And we are living in the Southern Cape. We have an abundance of waterblommetjies that are growing in the downs at this time of the year. And it's about bringing the community together, harvesting these ingredients together, then preparing them together as a community to serve our community. In the times we're living today, not many people have the affordability to go buy from the shops. And if you start embracing wild foods and indigenous foods and perennial foods within your ecosystems and urban spaces, nobody should be going to bed hungry. And it's that simple saying that, let thy food be thy medicine and let thy medicine be thy food. And by doing that, we're adding social value back into our communities. But we're also showing that there's different ways on how we could be looking at obviously feeding our communities by giving them nutritional food, but also educating them so they can embrace it better.
Completely. This is a complex problem and it requires a complex set of solutions. We've got to look at it from every front. And we know that, yes, there is the socio-economic component to it, but the hard reality is that people are starving and not a million miles away in some war-torn corner of the world, but here in our own communities. So, Koo, since the start of lockdown, you have served over 1,767 million meals through your network of entirely voluntary waste warriors, your chef cooks, your incredible volunteers. This year, you're hoping to beat the hashtag 67,000 litres target once again. How are you going to do this? What's the tools at your disposal?
So this year, we're going to be doing it slightly different. The target's still there to achieve 67,000 litres or more. But so what we've done, we want every single South African to get involved because Mandela Day is all about giving back, whether it's your communities, to your staff, to your beneficiaries or local old age homes, etc. So every South African can make a difference because that's what the essence of Mandela Day is all about, is the spirit to give and the spirit to serve. So we've put them into 5 categories. So we've got hotels, so both the large hotel groups and independent hotels. We've also reached out to culinary schools because that's where we as chefs start our careers. And we want to start embodying that spirit of giving from the culinary schools and from the trainee chefs to start giving back into their communities. We've also got restaurants on board. So that's both franchise and independent restaurants. And then we've also reached out to corporates because in this current climate, with the lockdown still in place, we also want to keep people as safe as possible. And corporates always get involved with Mandela Day. So now we're giving them an opportunity to support Chefs of Compassion and still, embody the spirit of Mandela Day. And last but not least, we've also opened it up to the home cooks. So you can cook in the comfort of your own kitchen, clear out your pantry, and cook a hearty, nutritional soup and feed those in your community. So Brilliant. It's all about every liter counts. So, you don't have to be cooking 100 liters of soup from your kitchen. Even if you cook 5 liters, that 5 liters of soup will feed 20 people in your community. And, in this current climate, it's also winter, it's very cold, and, a cup of nutritional and hearty soup does go a long way. And last but not least, we've also got a group of very special individuals, and that's where Chef Greg comes in. We've also reached out to well-known celebrity chefs who are making a mark in their field. And Chef Greg is, a champion when it comes to foraging. And I think what he's bringing to it, and not just feeding people, but also educating his community, bringing that whole spirit of Madiba alive. And that's what we want to achieve at the end of this.
Living in the service of others. And it's not just about the food that you're providing, but it's the idea that we care, that the country cares for you. And you can imagine that could be the tipping point in a person whose life is so challenging right now that we can scarcely imagine how difficult the last year and a half has been for them, amidst COVID. So thank you, gentlemen, to both of you for the work that you are doing. It is amazing. I love the fact that you provided this plug-and-play option for corporates to get involved in as well. Very quickly, Greg, how can we get involved and help in terms of the foraging element and being more proactive on that side?
So, I'll give an example of what I've just been through working with my community, and everybody has embraced it. Our local brewery, the Himalayanada Brewery, Mark, has given us use of these 2,500-litre tanks to produce the soup. All the surrounding farmers within the Overstrand have obviously given us access to all their dams. And through this as well, it's become a community collaboration. The way that I would recommend people obviously getting involved with initiatives like this or initiatives within the community is donate a garden. If you can donate that garden, provide that food source, you can start feeding a community. And it's like that saying, you give them out of fish, you'll feed them for a day. You teach them how to fish, you'll be able to feed a whole community. So through these processes, it's about building a more, resilient food system. And this is something that there's a community project within Cape Town called the Cape Town Food Growers Initiative that are actually got a network of these operations happening already. And to support the initiatives like this, because they need that support to grow the gardens within a community, to feed these communities on a consistent basis and more sustainably.
Oh, well, thank you, Greg. Thank you so much. And what a great initiative. Hashtag 67,000 litres for Mandela Day. That was Greg Henderson and Ku Pillay. If you want to get involved, that website's on your screen right now. It's cwc.org.za. I would highly encourage you to get involved and be part of that 67,000 litre challenge.